100 naira ko. That's ko.
Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to the program Lagos This Morning, where we give you recent news updates in Lagos State and also across the Federation. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
I am Adeni Adiola. Welcome to Lagos This Morning. All
right, let's go straight into the headlines for the day. The G5 governors meet in Ibadan, take decision on presidential candidate to support. Discos hike electricity tariff secretly as customers kicks. Wike is right, you lack integrity. That is coming from Tinubu to Atiku, the PDP candidate. Vote candidate whose priorities are healthcare, Nigerians advised. Petroleum tanker drivers threaten nationwide strike. If politician invites you for thuggery, ask him to recruit his child. That is coming from Tambuwal, the Sokoto state governor. And lastly, sex was created for marriage. Solomon Buchi. Now let's begin. Okay, there are indications that the G5 governors of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, have finally abandoned their attempt to endorse a single presidential candidate in the forthcoming 2023 general election. Ahead of the rally scheduled to hold on Thursday, January 5, that is today, the G5 governors reportedly held a meeting on Wednesday night in order to consider their emerging reality. The governors were said to have considered that local political realities in different states may make it impossible for members of the integrity group to back only one presidential candidate.
So they are going for two?
Well, it's not as if they are going for two, but you know, they have different, what's it called? They have different things to lose. Governor Makinde of Oyo State, he has his own second term to lose. He has a second term, he's running for second term. Wike is not running for any second term anymore, and he said he does not have any political, affiliation for now, that if he leaves this office, he's not aspiring to become any senator. Then looking at it again, Governor Okeze Ikpeazu, he has a senatorial ticket. Then also another governor out of the G5 governors, also Ugwuanyi as well, he has a senatorial ticket, depending on the PDP for support. So now they have divided interest even within the G5 governors. So I don't think it is likely that they would team up and support just a candidate. Maybe it might divide them because they have divided interest now.
That's true. Like now, for example, if they should go ahead and support Peter Obi, they have a lot to lose. Yes,
some of them would win. Wike might win. He might say, okay, I don't have any interest in becoming any senator or something. But Seyi Makinde wants to go for a second time. Yeah.
That's actually a thing. Like, it's actually very, very hard.
It is somehow dicey.
Yes, like very, very. And they wouldn't want to support Atiku, because Atiku is here to do their bidding. Yeah,
Atiku is here to do their bidding, and they want to show Atiku that Atiku, you have to do our bidding. You have to make IU step down and let this chairmanship of PDP come from the south. Now IU is not stepping down. Atiku is not telling IU to step down, and they too, they want to actually endorse another political party to win the election, actually make Atiku like, okay, Atiku, you've done your own, we to do our own. But on the other hand, they have things to lose.
Whoa. So is it the person that is coming to me? That's what they are going to support. Ooh. I think they will actually go for Tinubu. If they should go for Tinubu, the presidential election is
coming before the governorship election.
This is hard though.
It's hard for them.
Really, really hard.
But do you see them, all of them, do you see them supporting only one candidate, or will it split them up?
Probably they might support Atiku. They can't support Atiku because Atiku is here to do their bidding. They might end up supporting Tinubu and probably supporting Peter Obi. Is that possible?
Or I'm saying something now. Don't you think they can go back to the PDP to make another kind of agreement with them? Probably if they support Atiku for the presidency, then Atiku will be probably Ayu would sign an agreement that if Atiku emerges as the president, he would step down.
That was the agreement they signed before he became the presidential candidate.
Because Atiku might be thinking, if he does not emerge as the president of Nigeria, and Ayu leaves this post of the chairman for the south, that means the north has lost entirely like that.
Whoa.
So for the northern people, for Atiku, they are trying to have one leg in, then one leg out. So if he misses the opportunity to become the Nigeria's president, let's say either Obi or Tinubu wins, they will still have that PDP chairmanship position.
Then it's really, really hard, because I don't think they can actually come to any agreement again. I don't think so, because if they wanted to come to any agreement, they would have done so since last year.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think we should probably just wait till the end of today, which is when the G5 governors want to, like, announce their presidential candidate, their preferred presidential candidates. So, I don't know. I think they will support Tinubu. I'm banking on Tinubu, because even if they should support Tinubu, they have a lot to lose.
Yeah.
Because Tinubu might emerge as the president and then be like, okay, I'm not going to fulfill whatever agreements I've made with you people. And
once he emerges as the president, he would also want all the states to be his own as well.
Exactly.
He want to win all the PDP states as well.
You can't emerge as the president and then be
then you tell your people to go and vote
exactly.
for
It's not
PDP.
Possible. So, Peter Obi is, Peter Obi is a very shrouded man. I don't think it's going to like his own policies. I know they give shishi.
He does not give or won't promise you that I'll be giving you this slot or something. If you want to vote for me, just vote for me because you believe in me, not because I have something to give you back. Instead of me giving you something personally, I'll give it to Nigerians.
What if they shock us and support Kwankwaso?
No.
That's not possible. That's not possible.
I don't see that coming because I can't see.
I think I can't think like straight now, because I don't know who they are going to probably give their support to. Now it is obvious they want to support to presidential candidates.
Yeah. So because Autumn has endorsed Peter Obi,
exactly, and it's part of the G5 governors. So Autumn endorsing Peter Obi, that means they have probably had like a meeting, deliberating whether to like, should we support Peter Obi, or probably have checked the antecedents of Peter Obi and be like, okay, I think this guy is well enough. You just have to like push him to some extent.
Yeah, to make him emerge. Well, I think Autumn now has endorsed Peter Obi. I think to some extent, Wike might be endorsing either of Tinubu or Peter Obi. I don't see him going back to endorse Atiku. I don't see him going back. Wike. I think he's in between Tinubu and Peter Obi now. If he's looking at what he would get back in return, he would support Tinubu. But if he's looking at, okay, let us go in line with Nigerians, things need to change, I think he would support Peter Obi. I think so. Because now he has a candidate for the governorship election, but he's not the one running, but he has someone who is running. He has other people too as well that he wants them to emerge. Yes. So he too has something to lose to some extent. And also he has a senatorial ticket.
Because recently when Wike went to, I think River State,
yeah,
the candidate for the governorship election, that's for River State, he was telling the people that the strength and hope of APC is gone.
Yes. APC in River State.
APC in River State, that their hope and strength is gone, stuff like that. And they actually came to Lagos State to support Sanwo-Olu.
Leaving his own PDP aspirant.
That's Jando. So I don't really know the game they're actually trying to play. Probably Wike is just trying to probably spite Atiku and his people. Like, if you know you're not going to do my bidding, I will keep doing what way
to make you bend to my
own will. So I just can't wait for them to announce their preferred candidates today.
Wow.
or candidates, because I don't know, probably they are going to support 2 presidential candidates. So yeah, I'm just hoping they support what I have in mind.
What do you have in mind?
No, don't let me say it.
Okay. all right. Today is the D-Day for the G5 governors to actually come out in the open to tell Nigerians who they want for the next president. All right, we have 68 people watching us now. Thank you all. We appreciate you for joining us on this program. You can do well to like this program. Thank you so much. We have Gladys Oyabo commenting. Good morning to you all watching from ATL, USA. Good morning, Miss Gladys.
Mrs. Gladys.
And mom of triplets, she said, host, long time, ma. We've missed you so much. We've missed you on our programs. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, she said, may God not allow Atiku and Tinubu to be president too. Okay, well, we just hope that the candidate who has the Nigerian interest at heart and the candidate who is ready to serve would actually emerge as the next president of Nigeria. Going on to the next one, Discos hike electricity tariff secretly. Electricity distribution companies have quietly increased the tariff payable by power consumers across the country. Although most of the discos did not make this public, electricity users have kicked against the move, describing it as a perfect daylight robbery amidst the harsh economic realities in Nigeria currently. Reacting to the price hike, a resident of a Lagos Eyebrow estate, Mr. Oyeshola, lamented the increase. He said electricity tariff is now 72.2 naira per unit, another price hike from 66 naira. I suspect they are going to 100 naira, a price higher for poorer services. How would they increase the electricity tariff and not announce it? You see,
sometimes I actually the one doing ourselves, because how can you increase something and then I am not aware?
You increase the price of your commodity without telling your customers. How come?
They will not come and be like, oh, this is the bill and stuff like that. Nigerians, I think Nigeria will get used to it, because that's the usual thing. They actually believe, okay, well, they have increased it. What can we do? May God provide for us so we can afford it. And that's just the normal Nigerian syndrome.
Exactly. And I think that thing has really affected Nigerians a lot. We tend to adjust. Even if today they come out to say it will be 200 naira per unit, people would come outside for probably 2 weeks. Sorry, not even up to 2 weeks. Probably because 2 days, 3 days.
The people in charge of the whatever, they believe they know that Nigerians don't have a choice. They just have to accept.
Where are we going to get the electricity from?
Exactly.
But you know, the value of this thing is not increasing. It's not as if they are giving us light every time. But by the time you pay 66 naira, you are paying 72.2 naira per unit. Then you still go to the filling station to buy fuel as well, with increased price as well. So where are we actually going to? You know, as a producer, you are depending on your customers to survive. Then you increase the price of your commodity without telling your customers. Who does that? It doesn't make sense. I think it's just one of this impunity that we talk about in Nigeria now, whereby anyone do anything, and you just believe you can just get away with it, like it is normal. Nigerians will adjust. While fuel was increasing, it was coming up, Nigerians kept on adjusting. Naira kept on falling from 197. Now it is 450 plus in the parallel market. Then in the black market is almost going to 800, 750 plus. And we keep on adjusting. We come outside, we come to social media, we tweet, drop comments and stuff. Then the government knows, they know that it would surely adjust. I think that's a big problem for Nigerians. We believe it's a plus for us, but it is not. What we should have resisted, we will tend to run back to God. Like, God, okay, no matter how harsh Nigeria's situation will be, let me always have money to, What of those people that can't afford it?
That's true. I've heard that prayer before. God, no matter how hard the country is, let me always have enough.
Let me always have enough. Okay. Well, probably that's what we'll say again. Even if they increase it to 100 naira.
We should have enough.
No wala. Okay. Continuing, we have all that comments here. Okay. Mr. Adetunde said hello. Okay.
Hi.
Good morning, Mr. Adetunde.
Good morning.
Chris Ebele, good morning from Manchester. Thank you all for joining us on the program. Okay, on the next one quickly. Wike is right, you lack integrity. Tinubu attacks Atiku. The APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu has said Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State was right about his comment that the PDP flag bearer Atiku lacks integrity. Tinubu said Atiku has nothing to offer because he was part of the PDP's administration that plundered Nigeria's wealth. Speaking in Kano during the APC campaign rally, Tinubu accused Atiku of deceiving Nigerians. The APC flag bearer urged the people of the state not to be deceived by allowing the PDP to return to power under any guise. Yeah. When we are talking about the ruiners of Nigeria, PDP is among the ruiners.
Yeah, did Atiku actually contribute to the...
He was the vice president under
Obasanjo.
And PDP, Goodluck Jonathan as well, is from the PDP.
This guy actually said, Shore said he wouldn't accept any endorsement from Obasanjo because Obasanjo is a drug. Shore said Obasanjo is a drug leader. Maradona, that's what he called him. He's a Maradona, that's what he called him. Like, he wouldn't accept any endorsement from Obasanjo. And that the people accepting endorsements from him, they are all the same.
Well, I'm talking about Atiku here. Well, one thing why I would say he lacks integrity is because of this issue with him and
Exactly. That's
because you call yourself
fulfill his promise.
Yeah,
that's the.
It's not even a promise; it's an agreement.
Exactly.
It's an agreement. He said agreement is agreement, and that is why Wike is still angry. Wike is aggrieved. Like, why would you say you would do something? We have agreed on this thing, then you just turn your back on it. Like, you are not going to do it. I should do my worst. So that's one thing, because I would, to be honest, I don't really know deeply into what Atiku has actually delved into in the past. And now I would say, okay, he has actually reneged on different agreements. But this one with Wike, coming out, telling Wike that Ayu would step down if he becomes the presidential candidate, then Ayu does not step down. So how do you want to call yourself a unifier again? When 5 of your governors are against you, then you come to the people and say, I'm a unifier. What are you unifying?
It's not unifying.
You can't even unify your own house. Then you want to unify 220 million people.
Like you said earlier, I'm very sure Ayu and Atiku has had meetings. Like,
of course, they would have.
Don't you think if I should step down now and then you did not emerge as the president,
then the PDP will belong to the South? I think that is why. And I don't see Ayu resigning.
No.
I don't see her resigning because PDP, the North, they don't want to lose on both fronts.
When the aggrieved governor said they were going to announce their preferred candidate today, that should have like probably you have to resign. Sure, you get.
Yeah.
They would have probably made, okay, you just resign, so we can have peace in this party. They are all after their own self. How do I call it? For themselves alone.
Yeah, for their interest.
For their own interest. Because I don't know why they actually think this position is actually their family heritage or something like that. I don't know why it is so difficult for him to step down.
Well, I think they are playing internal politics there. Because the party is not really, when we talk about party, there is still politics inside that same party and there is still party inside that party. Because looking at PDP, there is this northern faction and the southern faction of the PDP. Because now look at it, the chairmanship of PDP has always been from the north. From inception, it has always been from the north. It has never come to the south. Now, if they leave it now, I think even Atiku does not think he would win the presidency.
He didn't believe he would win.
He's not believing, because if he believed he would win.
That's why I said, even if he did not win, I will continue contesting and contesting till he becomes president.
So that means he has, when you don't even believe in what you are doing.
He has weighed everything and be like, the chances of me winning this election very, very slim.
Is slim.
So that's it.
And okay, if he thinks he can win, I think that is when he would actually leave the PDP chairmanship for the South. Because if the Southerner becomes the PDP chairman now, and he does not emerge as the president, then what's the law?
It has gone.
It has gone for the North in PDP, and the South would not want to leave that position anymore.
Yeah.
They would even want to put a Southerner as the deputy.
Exactly.
So if the chairman leaves, the deputy chairman will also come from the South. So I think it's just a game, in-house game from the PDP. It's just in-house game. And I don't see you resigning. I can't see him resigning. If he resigns, then for the North in PDP, then it's a 50-50 for them now. Then the South would have won like that, 100%. They know they are intact because there's no election when it comes to the PDP chairmanship. I'm
very sure if Ayu had resigned, Wike would have mobilized a lot of support.
But
for Atiku, Wike and the other 5 governors.
Maybe Atiku has calculated Wike and these G5 governors capacity in mobilizing votes and also his own. Maybe he's still seeing it like the APC or the Labour Party will still defeat him. That's why that's why they don't want to leave this PDP chairmanship post.
Someone actually said Peter Obi don't have the chance of winning the election because Tinubu is a very powerful candidate.
Yeah.
And Atiku's own, even if Peter Obi is going to win, probably is going to come 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
That's what people have actually been saying since last year.
Okay.
When he announced that he's now the presidential candidate for Labour Party.
Yeah.
So I don't think if Ayu did not resign, and I don't think he's going to resign again. I think it's already late, Abi.
He can still resign, but I don't see him resigning personally.
Exactly. So if Ayu is not going to resign, and the G5 governors are still insisting on Ayu resigning, there will be a problem.
I think Atiku does not want to lose on all fronts. Even if he loses the presidential election, he can still run again. But when you lose this chairmanship to the South, it's not as if there will be an election. Like they will change the chairman. It's not as if there will be an election. So he does not want to lose on both fronts. So I think that's why Ayu is not resigning. And I don't see him resigning, regardless of who the G5 governors actually endorse today. Even the G5 governors as well, they are divided already. All of them can't support one candidate. It's not possible. It's not just possible. From my personal opinion. Alright, on to the next one. Vote candidates whose priorities are healthcare, Nigerians advised. As more Nigerians get their permanent voter card ahead of the 2023 election, the media director and chief executive officer of Cardcrest Hospitals Limited, Dr. Felix Ogedegbe, called on Nigerians to vote for candidates whose priorities are on resuscitating and transforming the nation's healthcare system. Ogedegbe, in an interview with newsmen on the sideline of a forum with theme Immigration and the Japa Phenomenon, organized by Strategic Assembly for Leadership Trust Initiative in Abuja, he said, the Japa syndrome is becoming more worrisome as it has escalated beyond expectations, which the government at all levels need to urgently tackle by making various sectors more conducive and attractive to prevent those who want to leave and convince those who have jackpot to return home. Yeah. Ooh, I think that jackpot, they need to put this in that dictionary now.
Yes.
Jackpot. To abscond from somewhere or to run away swiftly.
Not to abscond from somewhere, to abscond from Nigeria. That's because the word actually originated from us.
From Nigeria. So it's the Yoruba word.
Japa, it means to abscond from Nigeria.
No, you can actually use it in another context, like the lady has jackpot.
From her boyfriend.
Yeah, something like that.
Remember.
Alright, so talking about that, I think the healthcare now, if we look at our primary healthcare services now, it's just 0.
Yeah.
How many primary healthcare do we have now? Even in the whole of the 774 local governments in Nigeria now. We've seen more of private, healthcare organizations springing up to replace the public ones.
And most people out there, I don't think they have enough money to pay for bills of these private healthcares. Because you see someone that just gave birth in these private healthcares, that just because there is no anything like public healthcares or public primary healthcares around, and they're giving birth in the private healthcares, and then you have to, if you are not going to pay, you not leave the hospital.
Of course, I've seen that so many times.
There was one woman that I saw on Linda Ikeji's page.
Okay.
She gave birth. She gave birth to twin, so she couldn't foot the bill. So they had to take one of the twin away from her. One of the twin.
Is it what?
Yes.
They held one of the twin.
They held one of the twin. Okay, you can go when you have money.
You come and take your baby. Oh God.
So she had to cry out to Nigerians to please help her. I was like, I don't understand. We are the one doing ourselves, though.
It's not as if we are doing ourselves. If they don't collect their money, then the hospital might shut down.
Hey, it's not collecting baby.
Of course, when you know you have something to lose, you come back and pay your money.
I actually like, God forgive me, I actually like that because they'll be the one feeding the baby.
You will pay.
They will still pay for it.
Of course, she will pay for the food now. She has to pay for the food. When she comes, there will be bill for keeping the baby. She would pay for it.
Like, they have to take one of the baby. So Nkechi Bless was like, please just send us the address of this woman because this is actually not funny. How can you take one of the twin? A mother that just gave birth.
Yeah.
Don't know how she'll be feeling like, oh.
So when she get home, they say, but they said they gave birth to twins. Oh, sorry, Kehinde is still in the hospital, you know. And we still want to settle some financial disputes there.
Nigeria, we are actually dealing with a lot of things in Nigeria, and then the government are not seeing anything wrong. They actually believe we are okay, we are good, everything is fine. It's
because they don't live within the average Nigerian space.
Like, I was watching the interview Festus Keyamo was doing on with Rufai.
Yeah, on
Arise TV, and he was saying that the economy is good.
Of course, that's what we will say. You know, in Nigeria here, we tend to rate the economy by our own personal pocket.
Rufai was like, the failures of the president. He was like, no, alleged. What is alleged there?
You know, he's the spokesperson to the APC, so he has to defend the government.
I'm sorry, is spokesperson not supposed to like be reasonable enough?
No, it's beyond being reasonable. He's being paid to defend them. Regardless of what they do, he has to defend them. He's the spokesperson.
So regardless of
what they do, it's only you know, you who pays the piper dictates the tune. So yeah. So that's just it.
It was like Erifai was like, is his name Erifai? Okay, his name is not Erifai. Rufai. Yeah. It was like the failures of the president. Like, no, alleged.
Well, as I've said earlier, they don't live within the average Nigerian space.
Exactly.
So they live where they're actually secure. They have bodyguards. Exactly. They don't even go outside to buy anything. It is there in the house. They don't even care how it got there because there's money. So they feel secured. I'm not even sure if they would take light there because there would be standby generator. So they feel because they have it in their space, everything is well with Nigerians. How many of them can come to Agege Market? How many of them can, without bodyguard, how many of them can go down to Oshodi Market without coming with their entourage? You know, if you have done well, there is this kind of feeling that you have. If you have really worked, you'll be able to walk freely. You go to your people and say, okay, this is what we have to do. This is what we have to do. You talk to them without even coming there with any military man or something. But you know, it's just the reverse is just the case now. Reverse is just the case now in Nigeria. So Nigerians, I'll just need to advise the electorate now. So many people are still voting because due to ethno-religious reasons. Some people are voting because Tinubu is from Yoruba land. Then okay, you say anybody who does not support Yoruba from a Yoruba land is a bastard or something. Okay. That's what most people say. Most Yoruba people who are supporting Tinubu.
Mr. Macaroni.
That's what they said to Mr. Macaroni as well. And also, when we look at Peter Obi, Authorities didn't support Peter Obi. Then some Southeasterners said Soludo is not supporting Peter Obi, even for the fact that they are from the same state. He's not supporting him. And some people said, okay, he's not supposed to be so. Southeast governors, they are not together and the likes. No, but you are seeking support from other people in other tribes. Then you only want your own tribe to support your people. If they support their own people, who would support your candidate? No, now it has to cut across different tribes, different religions.
Hausas, Yorubas, Igbos are all supporting Atiku and Tinubu.
Yeah.
Same thing for
Kwakwansu, exactly. Peter Obi, Showore and the like. I think this 2023 election should not be based on religion or ethnic group. We have seen so many so far. If you I spoke with few bike riders who are from the north in Lagos State here. I just said something like, say Baba, say, even if you heard what this guy said, he just said, say what? They even got angry. Like, I should not even open my mouth and say Baba again.
Angry, like,
because they didn't gain anything.
at all.
They were deceived then that, okay, this person is their person. He will fix their villages, he will fix their hometowns, whereby they would come back. They don't need to ride bike anymore. They've promised them a lot of things. And look at it, 8 years down the line, most of them are still riding bike. So they got angry. Like, these people don't even rate us, they don't like us. It's when they need us, they come to us and they lie to us. So it shouldn't be about tribe now. It shouldn't be about, okay, this person is from my religion. Some people even say, okay, it's from my church. That's why they vote for him.
If someone is from my church, and this person is not fit to become.
See, I don't even care if you are my family member. If you are not capable or I don't see you as being competent. If I'm not convinced.
Enough.
My friends know me. I had two friends that were contesting then. One was contesting for our departmental president, and the other one was contesting for the public relations officer. I would drill them personally at home. I would start questioning them. Why do you think I personally should vote for you? If you can convince me, then you can convince many other people. Because if I don't feel convinced yet, forget it. You have to convince me. I won't vote for you because you are my friend. No. Friendship is not leadership. See, you are going there to deliver some things. If there are no problem there, we wouldn't need to even do any election. There won't be election at all. So what are you going there to fix? Now, if I see that, okay, you are making some points, and I have some point actually that I can give you or some ideas, then I'll say, okay, this one is good, this one is good. Why don't you do it like this? What if you do these things? Okay, what if you add this idea to your own idea? It would actually make sense. Then we'll do it together. Then you come back again to even convince me why I should still vote for you. Until I get convinced, forget it. I'm not doing anything. Even if you are my brother or you are my father or anything. No. It goes across that. It's not about what we stand to gain. Let us, we've seen so many leaders, past leaders that have gone now. When they were alive, now we are not talking about how much money they earn. We are not talking about how much money they made during their lifetime. We talk about the influence, the impact. How many lives did they touch? How many places did they fix? How many balls did they fix in their places? We see so many senators, so many people representing different constituencies. They have done nothing in that area, but they'll just be in that house collecting different money, collecting different allowances. We've seen this so many times. This guy, what's his name? Desmond Elliott. He did a bridge in his local government. Wooden bridge. The bridge is not even, the bridge can't even take an automobile to even pass through it. It's only leg that can pass through that bridge. On top of how much? Even erected one, what's it called? Is he a wooden, would I call it billboard or something? He pasted his picture there. If I were the one that even did that wooden bridge there, I won't put my picture there because I would even be, I would be ashamed of myself. No, as someone in the House of Representatives, then that kind of wooden bridge. You are not doing it with your money. You will collect this money. It's our own money. It's the money of Nigerians that you are using. It's not your money. Had it been his money, I would have clapped for him like, okay, he tried, he has done well. But you see, so many things, we just celebrate nonsense and rubbish just because they've put some amount of money in our pocket. Or during this festive season, they bought probably a cow to your street. Okay, you guys should use it. Then they give you a few bottles of maybe alcohol or something. Then you feel happy, he has worked, he has done well. Let him do it again because you are gaining. Then the next 8 years, probably you give birth, then your child start complaining, you now start seeing why things have not worked, then you blame that government then when you should have done well in the past. I don't mean we have voted right during 2015 election. Before those elections as well, we wouldn't be having this election today. Then I used to hear when I was in primary school, I used to hear something like Vision 2020. That in 2020 this is how Nigeria would be. In 2020 this is how Nigeria would be. Now we are even 2020 is past how many years now? 3 years ago that was 2020, and now they are saying 2050. You see, we have done so many things in this country. When we plan, you have to work towards that plan. It's not just about you benefiting personally from a government or from something, you collecting contract. No. How many of your family members can you pull out of poverty? How many? Not even your siblings. So, because there are so many families that are attached to your family. How many of them can you give money to? No, let's do what is right. We need to fix our healthcare facilities. Peter Obi said something. He said the only house he wants to be building now is hospitals. Let's have a government whereby we can actually what's it called? This Pastor Adeboye said he wants a church to be within walking distance in Nigeria entirely. That is how healthcare facilities should be. When someone has a health issue, let them be able to, walk to one or two healthcare facilities within their vicinity. They will feel fine. Work on the economy. Even that is the employment. We have so many medical students being churning out of universities every year. They will now end up selling clothes, thrift businesses, opening POS stores, whereby they are supposed to be in the medical line. Who would employ them? How many hospitals do we have in Nigeria now? But if they are primary healthcare services, they can actually get employed there. See, it is well with Nigerians. All right, on the next one, petroleum tanker drivers threaten nationwide strike. Strike everywhere. The Petroleum Tanker Drivers Branch of National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, has threatened a strike action over what is described as illegal activities and high-handedness of security agents, particularly the military task force operating in the Port Harcourt zone of the region. According to Osesua, the trucks which lifted the black oil at a modular refinery in Ibigwe, Imo State on Monday and Tuesday were intercepted between Ahauda and Elele in Rivers State. Military task force actually, trying to collect bribe from tankers drivers.
And you can't refuse them because they kind of hold the power.
Are they supposed to be collecting all these levies and fees?
They are not supposed to be collecting.
So why are they collecting it?
Because the people monitoring themselves, they are corrupt. The people in charge of them are also corrupt. If the people in charge of them are putting them like leading them like this is what you should do, this is what you should not do, there won't be anything like this because they have seen what their leader is doing. So they will always emulate their leader. If the leader is doing right, they will do right. If their leader is doing wrong, they will do wrong.
Do the same thing. Well,
so that's just it.
I think it's just.
And this, if they should go on strike now,
it is the masses that will still suffer it.
Exactly. We really want to suffer it. We now start looking for where to buy. I love my country. I love my country, but we can do better. That's just it.
Well, we deserve a better country. That's what I would say. I won't say I dislike my country, but there are countries. People don't love countries because they feel like they should love the countries. It is what they have benefited from. That is the countries they love. I love Nigeria. I'm not saying I hate Nigeria, but the Nigeria I'm seeing has a very good potential. But what we need to get right is just the leadership process. All right, we have a series of comments here. Mr. James Obi said, if Wike supports Tinubu, his political career is over in Rivers State. How?
Is that even possible?
Politics can be tricky and dicey. When Peter Obi left PDP, many people said his political career was over. That even if he should have joined NNPP with Kwakwanso and probably become his vice presidential candidate or something. But he joined the Labour Party and we will see him, he's now flourishing. He's even part of the big wigs now, aspiring to be the next president of Nigeria. So I think I don't believe in it. When it comes to politics, it's a game of interest.
I think he has more supporters than Kwankwaso.
Of course.
So
I think it's now Kwankwaso that would even be feeling like, I should have merged my party with this guy, and they would have had this kind of huge support from the north now. Kano State to be precise. Okay, another comment from Mr. Okonobo Dominic. Good morning, watching from Wolfsburg, Germany. Thank you so much, Mr. Dominic, for joining us on the program. Joseph Ike said they said that they would end fuel subsidy by June, so they are removing subsidy for incoming government who beg APC government. Why would they say they would end fuel subsidy by June when you are leaving the government by March? Election is February, so by March they will be out. Are you speaking for the incoming government?
If the incoming government should not come in now, they'll not be like, okay, we didn't know about this, so it was the past government
who did it. Okay. Mr. James Obi again said we don't need another northerner to take over from Buhari. We need to balance. We need to be balanced in that country. Yes, we need to be balanced. When we talk about a good country, we need to make sure any side of the country is not feeling sidelined. We need to bring everyone along. A Yoruba man has been there. A northerner has been there. Now it's time for the other parts. The other part that has been sidelined, that has felt sidelined so far, let them have a shot. That is for equity, for fairness, and for justice as well. If we as a country, we need to draw everybody together. If we say, okay, Buhari is now the president of Nigeria, then the next president again, Atiku coming out, even he coming out to even say he's a unifier. How do you explain yourself as a unifier when the person who is the president now is from the north? Then you two as a northern want to be the president again. You now want to do 16 years together as the north. Then where will you trade the remaining people? You will now tell them you are unified. What are you trying to unify? I think it does not correlate. It does not relate at all. It's just contradictory. Okay, another one. Olufemi Desmond said Jagaban all the way to Aso Rock. Okay. Mr. James Obi, okay. Onyebuchi Eze, good morning everyone. Happy New Year. My greetings. Mr. Onyebuchi, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and your family. Happy New Year, sir. Ivan said, can Tinubu or Atiku wake up by 3 a.m. to answer phone call about Nigeria problem? Well, as we have seen, as Tinubu has done in Chatham House, I think if his phone rings by 3 a.m., there will surely be people that will pick it. Yeah. Maybe, what was it called? El Rufai will pick the call. Or, what was this Cross River State governor? He will pick the call. Someone will surely pick the call. Yeah, there will be people there that will pick the call. Mr. Onyebuchi said, which country you love? I love a country that is giving me joy. A country that I can be proud of outside of this country to say, yes, I am from this country. Look at my country. We are doing well.
Till I will japa. If the japa syndrome should probably, get to me, I will japa. Even if I should japa to me, I'm going to. I'll still type it on my status like I love my country, Nigeria.
I love Nigeria, but I don't like the way Nigeria is being.
Of course, it's been
operated. I don't like it, and they make us feel as if Nigeria is nothing.
So irrelevant.
Like we are so irrelevant. Like Nigeria does not have money. But from my own calculation, from my personal calculation, Nigeria, we are so very rich, like extremely wealthy. One of the wealthiest nations in the world.
Imagine being tagged as part of the country that poverty is affecting. Do you know how ridiculous
we are among the top 10 producing oil nations when it comes to oil.
President Buhari said he's going to look at supplying petrol, oil to one particular country when his own country
is suffering from that same thing.
We are all jokers in this country. In fact, the government, they are all jokers. Everyone in the government, they are all jokers.
See, let's just vote right. Regardless, let's vote right. Now it's not about any ethnicity or anything. We voted on ethnicity lines before. It has amounted to nothing. Nothing. The naira has been depreciating since the inception of the naira note. It has been depreciating. Till now, nothing. Who can come outside and say Nigeria has moved forward? In what sector, in what aspect? The employment rate has been increasing ever since. No government has been able to even hold it still on one place. No government, no. Not even Yar'Adua's tenure, not even Goodluck Jonathan's tenure, not even Obasanjo's tenure, not even Buhari's tenure. What sector has improved so far? Among all these past governments, what sectors? Then they said Nigeria has money. That the problem is how to spend it. It is not the money. Up to this moment, there is money. Look at oil theft. How many millions of crude oil is being stolen on a daily basis? If there's no oil theft and everything is being done very well, Nigeria would be competing with countries like Qatar. I know that for sure. If we have a good leadership, we pick Qatar leaders and install them in Nigeria now.
And they're always going to these countries to go and for vacation, and they can't interact with the people in government over there.
They know what they are doing there, but this government, these people in power there, they are not accumulating so much wealth like them here.
Exactly.
You will steal money from Nigeria, take it to Switzerland, and go and build companies there, build refinery, and you say Nigeria. How can they Dangote own a refinery, then the whole Nigeria as a federation does not have a working refinery? That's a slap on the government. It's a huge slap on the government. Then we sit here and we sit in our homes and say Nigeria is okay. Then we say Nigeria is fine. Then we say God bless Nigeria. How would God bless Nigeria? God won't drop down and bless Nigeria. We are the ones like this. Yeah. That if they say we are being made in the image and likeness of God, I'm not a Christian, I'm a Muslim, but I know much about so many religions. If they say we are the image and likeness of God, then we are little gods on our own. Then if we can't make our country well, then it is a slap on our face.
Big one.
It's a slap on our face. There are so many of us now that are watching. There are so many diaspora Nigerians watching us now. They know how this country are. If Nigeria was doing well, if Nigeria was like a country like Qatar, a country that is working well,
how would I want to leave Nigeria?
They don't want to leave.
Exactly.
Some people even want to come back to Nigeria, but they feel when you just open a news channel in Nigeria now, if you don't see abduction, you see kidnapping, you see INEC office being burnt down.
There's this rapper Meek Mill.
Okay.
That he said Nigeria is his next bus stop. Nigerians actually took to his comment section like, okay, this is not Ghana. They'll carry you. They'll carry your phone. And if it's just something else. Video, NEPA will take light.
It's just something else. Well, he said Nigeria had never happened to you before. Well, I don't pray Nigeria should happen to anybody.
Exactly.
Well, there was a day like that I had this encounter with the Nigeria police. It was not a good encounter. It was not a good one. They had guns with them. What would I have done? I can't even say I want to drag with them. As at that point, I was just like, even if you want to take all the money I have, just go with it. Just go with it and just let me live peacefully. Is that a country? A country whereby people came outside to protest for something. During 2020, they came outside to protest for police brutality. Now look at December 7th, Gafar Bremer was killed, was shot dead. Look at this woman too as well. She was shot dead. Now the IGP came out to recommend suspension in a country that works. And we're talking about Nigeria. And we're saying Nigeria is great. Nigeria, we are happy. There's nobody on this one. There's nobody. Majority. There's nobody that's happy with Nigeria. Genuinely happy to be in Nigeria. That is the fact. That is the fact. If there are people who are happy to be in Nigeria, the Jackpot syndrome will not be there. We will not be having diaspora Nigerians now. Come on. And now the influx is now too much. Look at the medical line. One doctor now, one ratio 10,000. One doctor per 10,000 patients. Is that to be a good Nigeria? Is that a good country? Let's look at it. What's the population of Qatar? Less than 4 million people. Hosting a World Cup. In Lagos alone, we have more than 11 million people. What's the landmass of Kaduna? What's the landmass of Kano? We have countries that are even smaller than that. Even if you divide a state like Kano into two, we have countries that are smaller than that and are doing well. There are countries who does not even have crude oil. They are doing better than us. We've wasted all our resources. Then we say we are voting for people and be clapping for presidential aspirant. This 2023 should be different. We are not voting based on religion or any ethnicity or because you are from my state or anything. Vote for credibility. Vote for a competent. Vote for someone who is ready to serve. Even beyond competence, anybody can come out and say I'm competent, I'm credible. No, I would say vote for someone who is ready to serve. Even if they will say we are not paying you. Even just like the NYC scheme, whereby they say okay, they are just giving us allowance, just 30 just to survive within that service period. That's the way it should be. But you see people, you see senators, you see house allowance, newspaper allowance, what is it called, health allowance. Even they can even say sleeping allowance. It's nonsensical. We shouldn't even have them as a full-time people. They should be part-time. Let them have their jobs. Let them have their jobs they are doing. We see billions being given to past presidents. Why? And they say Nigeria is owing more than 100 billion. See, I'm even angry at this point. That's just it. Nigeria has made me angry. I can't even wake up and say God bless Nigeria anymore. And that's just the truth. That's the fact. By the time Nigeria makes me happy, I open my news, I see development, then you can come outside and say Nigeria is moving forward. Let's just vote for the right candidate come 2023. Come February 25, 2023. Vote for a person who is ready to serve, not someone you feel okay you can start collecting contracts from. How much do you want to collect? Even if you collect 5 million or something, it will still get exhausted. So keep collecting, we'll keep wallowing in poverty. Thank you all. Alright, on the next one from Tambuwa, if politicians invite you for Togri, ask him to recruit his children.
Yes.
Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwa has advised Nigerian youth to refrain from being used as political thugs in the 2023 general election. Speaking at a recent rally of the party, Tambuwa told Nigerian youth to ask politicians who want to use them for thuggery to use their children instead. He further said that they should not allow themselves to be used to compromise peaceful coexistence by perpetrating violence and chaos. I think you should direct this one to the thugs.
Will the thugs listen?
Well, they've been, poverty has been weaponized against them.
Now, we didn't even listen at all.
They can't even listen.
They can never listen. Once they have given them probably 5k, 5k is even too much. But if they should give them like 3k each of them,
3,000 naira.
They won't give them. Probably the politician will probably give them a bundle.
Of course, to their leader, like go and share it to your boys.
And if they should call all of them together and be like, okay, this money, this is the amount to 5k per person or 3k per person to destroy their future. Well, their future is already destroyed.
To buy their next 4 years.
Buy their next 4 years, because I don't know why. See, there is this particular candidate that I don't like. The fact that he's supporting this person is making me not to like him. How can you be supporting someone that is supporting violence? That can easily mobilize boys to cause violence. How can that person? I don't understand. See, it's actually like there is a lot of things that we need to check in this Nigeria.
There's a lot of things.
This candidate actually has this person at his beck and call. Everybody can, okay, I want you to do this. And once this person makes a call, hey boys, Egbori Wale, sharp.
They will scatter the place.
So I don't think, I just hope this election, it will be free of violence. Because I cannot run.
I'm not expecting an election that will be free of violence. This election, from what I'm seeing, this election won't be like 2019 election. It won't even be like 2015 election. This election would be a different one.
I hope so.
I know there has been violence during the election. There has been violence, and there will still be. During this election. I'm not inciting violence or anything. You can go online. There are videos whereby there are videos on Twitter. So many places, even beyond Lagos State, where thugs actually took ballot boxes and they were walking freely on the road, gallivanting.
In front of policemen.
And policemen were there. They didn't do anything. So I believe there are powers beyond them that didn't allow them to, they work by orders. If they don't give them order to arrest those people, they wouldn't do so. And even if they arrest them, probably people in power will actually take them out of the prison as well. So we need to just work on it. We need to work on it really, really well. If we get it right in 2023, then I think by 2027, we won't really be thinking of so many things like that anymore. Though anybody who gets this presidency would inherit a lot of problems.
Yeah.
A lot of problems. Because now we are owing
that this current government is trying to avoid a lot of problems.
Yes.
A lot. And
the next president shouldn't come outside and start blaming the past people.
No, please don't. Just look for solutions.
Yeah. If there are no problems, there wouldn't be elections.
Exactly.
They wouldn't need you to come on board.
So I wouldn't even want a party that be like, hey, okay, listing the problem, be like, okay, this is the fault. No. Just, you don't have to, okay, we know that it's the fault of the past. We know. You don't need to blame them again. Solutions. We need to be like, we need solutions as soon as possible in this country. That's just
You would notice that this guy, Festus Keyamo, I watched his interview on Arise. He was still blaming 1999, Obasanjo's regime, for the failures of this present government. I was just like, wow. Why are you not blaming your forefathers, your great-grandfathers for the problem of Nigeria now? Why are you not blaming the likes of Azikwe, Awolowo? Some people are still even blaming them that they shouldn't have agreed to some things. Okay, when Nigeria during the independence, God, there will surely be problems. You don't need to analyze. We know. Nigerians know that there is problem. That is why we are bringing you on board, just to solve this problem. So the next administration should stop talking about what the past one did. There are problems on ground. Don't tell us about the problems. Come up with solutions. That's what we need. All right, we have a lot of questions. Sorry, we have a lot of comments here. Mr. Onyebuchi said Nigeria is dead and gone since 1967 and can never work again. Simple truth. Nigeria never happened. It's not about being positive. My dad used to say something. He said, if Nigeria, when the few times that the few years that Nigeria worked was between, is it 1960 to 1966, when it was the regional system of government, then every region was growing at its own pace. But that moment that the coup started, everything failed woefully. So now I think if Nigeria actually wants to work again, we can revert back to those times. How Nigeria actually worked when we have the, I was not alive then, but what I heard, the western region, I think the eastern region or something. So there should be regions. It should be a federating unit. Everyone should be, but there should be there will be a power at the center. You know, that power wouldn't, that person at the center wouldn't have so much power, just like the president has today. That you say something from Abuja, it will affect someone inside the slum in Kano State or Nasarawa or Benue State. Because now, even looking at it as the president or anything, or as the power in the center, you can't dictate security. What you use to secure the Lagosians, it will be different from Kaduna people. It will be different from River State people. They know there are people there. They would know how to secure themselves. The tactics you use for this place can never work for another place. Okay, look at a place like Oshodi and a place like Victoria Island. It's two different places.
Yes.
With housing two different kind of people with different mentality.
That's true.
If you go harsh on people of Oshodi, you don't need to go harsh on people of here. They just tell them, this is what we need you to do. Don't do this, don't do that. They would obey. So you need softer security here. They need a stronger one in the other place. So if you now put everybody on the same table, it won't be balanced. I think I would agree with Mr. Onyebuchi on this one. If Nigeria can revert back to that, but we now have a constitution that is now binding all of us together. That's why some people are saying that with this 1999 constitution, you don't think Nigeria can move forward. Though I think Nigeria can still move. We'll find a way to make it work for ourselves. You just have to find a way. It can't just be 100% wrong. We need to find a way. All right, James Obi again said, remember Amechi is still APC big wing in Rivers State. He will use that to campaign against Wike candidates in Rivers State.
Okay.
But when they talk about campaigning against someone, I think you'd have to bank on the person's failures. And I'm yet to see anyone come outside to say Wike didn't work in Rivers State. We've been seeing Wike, commissioning projects and the likes in Rivers State. We've been seeing him so far. Anywhere he makes a comment, he's commissioning a project there. So if Wike had worked, most people will listen to him. That's what I believe. Push mom. Thank you for joining us on this program. Push mom. She said, if Nigerians let us vote right, not tribe, religion, etc. I know that we like suffering and smiling. That's what I'm saying.
Like we always adjust.
You always adjust. God. Push mom again. Those selling their votes, either money, tribe, religion, etc. The person is cheaper than pure water. 5k divided by 365. Then you will know your worth.
Yeah.
Nigeria is on the verge of collapsing. We need an accountable leader. Tribalism should be set aside. And let's face reality. Peter Obi is the best candidate for the job. Okay. James Obi. Okay. Push mom said, even if they give you 10k to 25k, divide it by 1,460 days, which is the first 4 years. Exactly. Who does this thing? I pity and cry for Nigeria. Stupidity, selfishness, greed.
Even 20k.
ETC has taken hold of you. Even 100k.
Even 100k is nothing. Even 1 million naira.
Even 1 million divided by 4 years.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
I don't know why people when people call amount of money, I'm like, this money is actually nothing.
It's nothing.
Once you spend like even once you buy some things, the money is already finished.
Okay, let's go on to the last one quickly. On a lighter note now, sex was created for marriage, says Solomon Buchi. Life coach Solomon Buchi has countered the position expressed by OAP Daddy Freeze on sex before marriage. Recall that model Fancy Acholonu has disclosed that her ex-fiance, actor Alex Ekubo, was never intimate with her for 5 years. Damn. According to Fancy, Alex hinged his decision not to have sex with her on the grounds of religious belief. Reacting to Fancy revelation, Freeze, in a piece shared on his Instagram page, argued that the scripture never considered it sexual immorality for a couple who are betrothed to have sex before marriage. He used several verses in the Bible to back up his claim. Buchi has, however, countered Freeze's opinion. He also shared several Bible verses which he used to argue that sex before marriage is a sin.
Okay. Sex before marriage, sex after marriage, whichever one you like, do. Marriage will go last. Marriage will go break. Go break. I'm not trying to like make mockery of anybody, but people that actually live sex before marriage or this thing, they are today not together again. Which is the truth. It is not sex that makes a marriage.
But sex is part of the ingredients now. The one you don't put salt in food.
Calm down.
Okay.
But sex is not the priority.
Yes. It shouldn't be the priority.
It shouldn't be the priority of a marriage.
Yeah.
Sex is good. I don't know.
Oh.
Wait.
Wow. Wow.
Okay,
wow.
yeah.
How do you know it is good?
I'm still a virgin. You're getting this wrong. You're actually getting
How do you know it's good? How do you know a soup is sweet without tasting it?
I haven't tasted it before. Like, I'm just trying to... I've read books. And I have read
Okay,
books.
they used to say that sex is sweet.
Sex is good.
Okay,
sex
wow.
is good for the body.
For the mind and soul.
For the mind and soul. But then, I don't think sex should be made as a priority for marriage.
No, we are talking about premarital sex.
Premarital sex. People today are having premarital sex. Like,
they're talking about
voraciously.
This person said the Bible does not support it.
He actually brought out a scripture that said the Bible supports it. That has Exodus 12 verse 16 or so. It's 22 verse 16. It said that if you are a man betrothed, like, as long as
you're sure that you will marry this person.
What I'm trying to now say is that, for example, now, if this person should, this person, and then this person not marry this person, so who is not going to marry the person?
No, I think probably the Bible is saying that it's not talking about girlfriend and
exactly.
Wait, you can't remove the old from the new. That's what make up the whole. You can't delete my past now and say no. You have to take everything together.
All things have actually become new.
It cannot wait.
All things have passed away.
Okay. See, okay, if all things become new, then if you delete the old, the new won't come into existence. So now the old and the new has to work together.
Oh.
In the Old Testament, it was there, Abi. In the Exodus, I think there in Exodus, he's not talking about girlfriend and boyfriend. He's talking about committed relationship.
Exactly.
Committed relationship.
But people now just have sex for fun, which is the truth.
Because I saw a comment on Twitter few weeks ago when this guy Basketmouth had issues with his wife and they separated. One man said he is about to cheat on his wife. He has never cheated on his wife, but she has not been really giving him the sex like that.
Why?
Someone now commented that why has she not been giving you that you need to sit her down
and
talk
have conversation with her?
The man said she's not the sex type.
Oh. Why will you marry someone like that? You know that you're living
now,
in his eye.
I think probably they did this celibacy before marriage, or let us keep the bed undefiled. I'm not against you keeping the bed undefiled. It's actually good to keep, but it won't work for everybody.
It's exactly what I'm saying, that sex before marriage, sex after marriage that will work. It's not about, okay, it's actually good to keep your bed undefiled, probably for some reasons that is best known to both of you only. Because what works for A might not work for B. So I don't understand. People always coming out to people actually tend to churches especially tend to criticize people that have sex before marriage.
And
I've seen cases whereby the wife, the husband will be like, okay, the boyfriend or the fiance will be like, don't let us have sex before marriage. Let us have sex while we are married or something like that. And the lady will now find out that this guy is impotent. So what should we do now? I don't know. Probably there should probably be a place where we can test it. Not that probably not intercourse. Probably we can not because
said we.
Wait, no, like whereby they can test it.
Okay.
So,
now it's day.
You know, we can't go to a car slot to go and want to buy a car, and then we won't test what we want to buy.
Are you equating human being with car?
We are cars. I don't understand.
Okay.
If you go out to buy a car, I want to test it.
I'll test it now. Come on. Why won't I test it? Would then I use forklift to lift it to my compound? I'll have to drive it over.
See, let me say something. Virginity is actually the best thing, the best pride of a woman. Calm down. Virginity is the best pride of a woman. If you are a virgin, I'm so proud of you that you are still strong in the. See, we are proud of you. I'm a virgin too. So on behalf of other virgins, I'm actually very, very proud of you. Yes, extremely proud of you, because it is not easy to hold down your virginity in this era that we are in now. Stop looking at me like that, Olamide. It's actually not easy to hold down your virginity. Okay. So if you are a virgin, I'm so proud of you. Don't let the world, men of this world, to make you lose your virginity. Well, they will say all kind of sweet words and be like, virginity is old-fashioned, stuff like. It is not old-fashioned. Keep your virginity and be happy. Well,
see, to have virginity might be the best thing to happen after mankind creation or something. But to me, it is beyond that. You know, talking about relationships and marriages, it's not really about virginity. It's about your productivity. It's about your productivity, because once the penetration happens, your virginity is gone forever. But your productivity can never leave you. What are you contributing? See, that virginity is for you. I'm not saying it is bad to be a virgin or to stay safe or to stay clear from premarital sex or something. If you feel you can do it and you are doing it for your own personal growth, it's fine, it's okay. But also work on the important things about life. Life does not just revolve around being a virgin alone. Even as a guy or as a lady, if you are not using it as a means of developing yourself in different places, or you've not really, been in that kind of space whereby you resisted it, you've just been secluded, then you've not really tested yourself. Then you've only, you didn't really go to war and you come back home. That means you've just stayed within your house, then you said you are safe. It is who has gone to war, then you won, then you come back home. That is who I would say is a champion. But aside of that, I think when it comes to premarital sex, it works for some people and it does not work for some people. We can't always use the same measurement to measure everybody. What works for A might not work for B. And Push Mom, I think Push Mom commented something earlier. She said sex before marriage is not a bad thing like that. Okay. But there are some verses that back it up, like it is not bad. And there are some verses as well that said,
like you said earlier, once the relationship is a committed one, I don't think there is. I'm not trying to support immorality here. I don't think there is.
Okay, sorry, she said sex before marriage is not a sin. It's in the Bible, and sex before marriage is a sin. Yeah. And it's in the Bible. It's like saying that drinking is a sin, but the best is not to drink at all. Well, the best is not to drink at all. I think it's about agreement between the two people. If you both agree that okay, we will not have sex before marriage, it is fine. And if you are cool with it, it's not now going to have sex with another person outside. No. Don't have sex with anybody at all.
You not agree now.
You now start playing a match.
Exactly.
No.
It's not possible.
So if it is cool with the two people, fine.
We are good to go.
And if probably the guy says, I don't want sex, and the lady says, no, there will be problem, then you have to actually bend your rule for her, then you start having the sex, then your marriage works, fine, it is good for you. So it's just based on the two. They say it takes two to tango. And no other person, not even your religious leader, would be with you inside that marriage, like practically with you. It's just the two of you. So just do what works for you.
What works for you?
All right. We are coming to the end of this program today. Well, thank you all for joining us on this beautiful program. Push Mom, you've been amazing today. We love you. Thank you for dropping your comment. Thank you for always being with us on this program.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Okay, Onyebuchi Eze, thank you for dropping your comment. Thank you for always joining us. And thank you so much. James Obi, 2 Niger, Joseph Ike, MVG, who else? Mr. Perfect NG, and Tom Abidakun, and Mr. Olufemi.
Thank you.
Mr. Dominic, Izoba Sunday, Chris Ebele, Adetunde, mom of triplet, and Gladys Onyabo. Thank you all. We love you all.
I also want to have triplets.
We love you all. We love you all. We love you so much. You can do well to keep watching Flip TV. Keep watching. Keep coming every day. We start this program by 8, then end it by 9. But due to the time frame, we have to we have to shift it today. All right, so you can also do well to join Christian Chuku on the next program, Bystanders. Till we see you again tomorrow for another amazing program, Lagos This Morning. Bye for now. I remain Olajide Taufik Olamide.
And I remain Adeni Adiola. Thanks for watching Lagos This Morning.
Thank you. We love you all.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
100 naira ko. Let's come back.